The date should always be what he could provide for her that she could provide for herself, but she doesn't have to. A la, you can pay the bill, but don't. Even if you can pay the bill. See, you don't do that. He pays the bill. You don't split the bill. As soon as you split the bill, you cut all romance. The potential is there for him to provide something that you could do for yourself. A rich woman, a competent woman, I can pay for my bill. What, you want to minimize me? Like I depend on you? How dare you? This is all right. Romance killers. He says, where do you want to go? Already in your mind, you give him three things. Well, we could do this. One's a little bit more expensive, one's moderate, one's cheap, depending on what he can afford. You just don't look at that. Just give him options, and then easy, more difficult, whatever. And either one will make me happy. And then that's the answer, either one. You pick. Then let him pick. So he gets to be, he picks, he provides, he does it. And clearly you could do it for yourself. You already thought of it for yourself, but you're giving him the option to take responsibility for it. So it's a key thing, it's a little change. Asking a man to help you with something. You know, women used to have all, the whole ancient romantic things is drop a handkerchief. So he'll pick it up for you. Mm-hmm. He did something for you. It's snuggle up to him when you're walking for about a minute and then let go and then later come back. Because whenever you do anything, we habituate. So you don't want to hold his hand for too long, or if he's holding your hand, you hold his hand and then let go and then come back to it. Just let it be a moment as opposed to, having his arm around, snuggling up to him the whole time. It can be a little too much focus on him to be thinking about you while he's trying to walk. So if you come close and then you let go, there's asking too many questions about him. I mean, you want to gain some information, but don't say things like, what do you feel? Or, oh, that must have been bad, or that must be so hard, or nothing about feeling sorry for a man. No sympathy, no empathy. And many women make this mistake because they want that empathy, and yet they don't want to be vulnerable to show it, but they'll show it to a man.
Right. Right. I mean, there's definitely a challenge for women who are always wanting to get men to talk about their feelings, and then men don't want to talk about their feelings, and it doesn't work the same way. I think that's part of what you're saying. It doesn't work the same way for a man. He doesn't feel a lot better after he talks about his feelings necessarily to a woman. Am I understanding?
Completely right. Okay, let's look at this, because some men are, by the way, very willing to talk about their feelings, and that's disastrous. And men who are not, they will do it because they're told that's what women want, and women say that's what they want, and men want to make women happy. So if talking about my feelings is going to make you happy, then we will do this thing. Some of us begrudgingly do it, like pulling teeth out. Others are very happy to do it, and there'll be no bonding. Here's what happens. Okay, so let's come back to hormones. The biology of all sexual attraction is hormones. They make us want to have sex. Okay, when a man's testosterone is rising and a woman's estrogen is rising, there will be chemistry. The spark will be there. So when a man is talking about himself, unless he's solving a problem for someone, that's talking about, like right now, my testosterone levels are very high because I'm solving a problem. I'm not talking about myself. And I do talk about myself quite a bit in my talks, but only as an example to make my point. Okay, so It's always solving a problem. So it's a concept of helping somebody. Gee, what a blessed life I have where I can just talk and help people. I mean, I can do this. Right. This is like amazing. So if a man is talking about himself or how he feels or he feels bad, many women would just jump on that because it makes them feel powerful. Makes him feel like I have something to offer him. He'll like me more if I offer him something. No, he'll like you less. He might be comfortable with that if he's more on his female side. Oh, that's so nice. She's interested in me. That will make you less turned on to him. That will prevent him from bonding with you. Because when a man, again, when a man is talking about feelings, his estrogen goes up. Now, why do we have a whole culture that says talking about feelings is so helpful? Because 90% of the people who go to therapists to talk are women.
Right.
Woman can talk about problems, talk about feelings, talk about things that aren't going well, talk about herself and her experiences. Her estrogen goes up. Talking about yourself and talking about your feelings raises more estrogen. Sharing emotions shares really. Now, if you have estrone, that's where you really have to learn how to connect with your emotions again. Feelings, your irrational emotions. See, you're so rational at that point, you can't break into the irrational emotions, which are one is I feel lonely, I'm scared, maybe something's wrong with me, maybe I'm over the hill, maybe I'm not more beautiful, no man will really want me, or I can't really trust men are not good, they're all like that last guy I was with, no one will find me. Your brain just goes spirals into all the negative thinking. You have to write that out. Okay? You have to just let that voice be heard. Then once you start to hear what's inside of you, then let yourself feel sad about it. Let yourself be angry about it. Let yourself experience the fears. Let yourself experience your regrets. Embrace this irrational, overreactive, negative part of you. It's a part of every person. And so you've outgrown that with estrone, just sort of locks it all in. It just pushes it all down because you can't feel emotions unless you need help. See, anytime you negative emotions, and you can't feel positive emotions unless you feel successful or you're getting help. That's where it all comes from. Think about you're hungry, you need to eat. You eat that food, it tastes so good. If you keep eating, it doesn't taste good. It's just a surge, It's like you feel the need, you get it, now you feel good for a while. If you notice, I'm not wearing glasses. I had my what are those? The surgery which takes away, forget what they're called. Anyways,
The cataract. The cataract. Did you have cataract surgery?
Yeah, I had it. I'm so happy. I can't believe it. It's like I see so much more light because the cataracts were blocking the light. And now I don't need glasses. I can see. I'm like amazed. Now, there's certain problems about it as well because I have one eye does short, one eye does this, so I don't have depth perception, which creates a problem. But I don't mind the problem at all because I can see and I have light. See, that's what happens when your brain is functioning in a non-stress way. You look at the negative, but you balance it with yes, but the positive is so much more. When you're stressed, and you're not making enough estradiol, you're not going to have this ability to look at the negative and say, well, he didn't wash that glass, but he washed those plates. See, when you're negative, you go, well, he washed the plates, but he didn't wash the glass. The glass is still dirty. So it's the way the brain switches. Either it looks at the negative, but then it looks at the positive, or it looks at the positive and minimizes the positive by focusing on the negative. And this is what happens when women are not making enough estrogen. The estradiol.
So this could apply to certainly in dating, because you can see the positive or you can see the good that a man has to offer, and not focusing on whatever you might see as imperfect in him. Also, in a long-term relationship, where let's face it.
Both situations. When you're dating, you're in a stressed state. Come on, you're with a strange man. You're just out there. Your brain goes into adrenaline right away. Okay. And so your brain will go into this bias of it's like a capture. In science, they call it, the brain becomes hijacked. Okay. It becomes hijacked by negative stress hormones. They literally control how the blood flows in your brain. One of the things that happens, amazing stuff happens. You can measure brain scans, and what you see is that when women experience moderate stress, one of the things happens is that for a while, the blood flow stops to the prefrontal cortex altogether. This is why they explain that a woman gets upset about some little thing, but she gets upset. She can ruminate over that same thing for days.
Oh yeah. I've been there, done that.
So this is a stress reaction. Now, how does she combat that stress reaction? At any age, she processes her emotions. Because anytime you have a stress reaction, if you're a woman, you need to increase your estrogen levels. Okay, that's it. You have to increase. So by becoming aware of what you feel, self-awareness will increase your estrogen levels. And if what you feel as a negative emotion, it will increase your estrogen even more. This is estradiol comes up when you can cry out for help, I need help, please come. I want this. That's part of why women like to shop, is at least when you're shopping, you're aware of what you want. Oh, I want that, or I like that, or I could have that, or I don't have that, along with everything is new and different. What's new? What's a new outfit? These are all like key brain stimulants to allow you to experience heightened estrogen, which, by the way, when you go shopping, it does create estrogen. but it's not, you can go broke too. So you have to be careful.
Right, right, right. We don't want to use this as an excuse for like going crazy shopping, right?
Right. Well, I tell you that I was at a convention one time, and you had these different booths, and I was like looking, well, who has the biggest crowd around their booth? Because I usually get a big crowd after a talk, but I wasn't just there, so I'm a little jealous. Who is that over there? And there's like 50 women all around doing a makeup demonstration. 50 women, all they all just skincare, major thing for women. My wife, my wife Bonnie, she passed on. I'm now remarried, and the wife I'm married to now does skincare. And so we were in the grocery store, and I mean, she's amazing. And wherever she goes, women will go, "You look so beautiful." I mean, she's an older woman. "You look so beautiful. What skin product do you use?" She sells skin products. Wherever she goes, she sells skin products. What the phrase they use, "What product do you use?" It's so amazing. It's like men, like they say to me, "What product do I use for testosterone production?" And I don't use any products, by the way. I just eat a lot of protein, and I don't complain. That's a big thing. What women don't understand is, again, you're with a guy. If he starts to complain about his life or express his regrets, that's his negative side. Everybody has a positive and negative side. If he's sharing these insecurities, these doubts, or his frustrations, or his criticism of the government, whatever it is, if he's negative, you're going to get turned off. Okay?
Right.
Because he is expressing his female side. His testosterone, whenever a man is angry, his testosterone is low. His estrogen is high. What will turn a woman on is when a man's testosterone is high and his estrogen is not so high. So there has to be this right balance. And when he has that balance, being in his presence will allow your estrogen to go up. You'll feel safer. You'll feel seen. You'll feel heard. You're the star of the show. It's about you. It's not about him. It should never be about him. It should be about what he did for you, the star of the show.